What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Survival Create series. Today we're doing something just a little bit different. Last episode we made that roadmap of what we're going to be working on our base. Now today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be working on the drill system for our compost farm. Now obviously, if you don't know, this is my testing world. This is where I build every single building, bring all the buildings from Create Mod, the website, all the schematics, everything like that gets tested here or built here. Some of these are built by me, some of these are built by other people. So you can tell which ones are built by me and which ones are built by other people. Another person, I wouldn't know where to start with this one. Me, it's a cube. Me, I don't know what I was doing. I was just testing. Somebody else, a lot of design that I have no idea about. So yeah, most of these are built by other people. Some are built by me, but this is a testing world. We need to work on the compost. Now, I did set this up. I actually lost about 30 minutes of recording before I realized I was on the wrong thing. I wasn't recording the game, so that was nice. But what we're doing, I need it to where this will place the compost. The mushrooms come through, place the mushrooms on top of the compost. We'll have it sit for about 15-20 minutes, and then the drill will be able to come through, get the mushrooms and the or rich soil, because technically it should be rich soil by that point. It'll all be the rich soil, and then when that comes through, or have that unload and go straight to our storage. It's a process, but all right. So the way we gotta do it, we gotta do it underground. Now, this will be up top. This entire system will be up top. Our mine carts and everything will be underground, just because I'm not gonna have space for anything, which is not gonna be good. So we're gonna need it to where when this comes through, it's gonna take again the mushrooms and the rich soil. We're gonna need it to where this will separate out, so the rich soil goes straight to our storage, and the mushrooms will be swapped and re-brought back up to here. So it will be a process. I gotta try and figure out how I can make these connect. It's gonna be a problem. Because if I go here, we connect this down underneath. We're gonna need this to go out. We're gonna need that to connect there, and that will go under. And then this one will do. This one will go here. It's gonna be a very messed up thing. But yeah, it's gonna be very iffy, but it should work, hopefully. And then everything will be underneath to where when this goes, it will do whatever it needs to. When it's active, the belts will stop, but also send a little signal saying that the mushrooms can go in about 5 seconds. And then after 15-20 minutes, these can go. Because that should give it plenty of time for everything to grow, hopefully. All right, so I gotta try. That's the hard part I'm gonna have to try and figure out, because underneath here is the opening for our train. I don't think that's gonna work though. Hold on, let me go back to the world real quick. Let me see something. So yeah. Oh, I don't know what happened there, but alright, that's weird. If I drop everything underneath, obviously right here, actually we should be perfectly fine. It would go here. The only thing I would probably have to worry about is this, but it goes here and we could just go straight. It's really not impeding on anything. Never mind. We can actually do underground, because the one, if we have it go out here, it's gonna go about here. So yeah, I mean, it will still work. It's gonna be very close, but it should still work. So that is good to know. Alrighty, so yeah, that will be perfectly fine. This one we're gonna have to do this, which that would do that. So we need actually a clutch here. So we need that there. So if we do, so if I do that, oh, so now you're going the other way, brother. What? Alright, so there we go. We could do that. This will get power, which means if I, whoa, God. If I do this, turn that off, these belts will stop, which is exactly what we need. We need these belts to stop. Okay. Oh man, that's a lot of process. That's good. Compost will come out. That will go up here. Once this registers that it's full to a certain extent, yeah, it will come up, fill in the barrel. Obviously, we'll put it to a certain item. So depending on how much it takes to fill 3, and then we'll scale this to however we need. This will have a redstone repeater, or not a pita, a redstone link that will say if this is full, it's going to send a signal saying that, yeah, it'll be a redstone link. And then that redstone link will have a system possibly underground where all the other stuff are, or like all the carts and everything like that. We'll have it to where when it registers, the mushrooms will go about 3 seconds later, just so it has time to go through. And then about 15 seconds, maybe, well, not 15 seconds, 15-20 minutes, this will activate, hopefully having rich soil, hopefully. And that will go through. Once it is active, it'll register that this can stop. So once everything else is going, everything else will shut down. The belts will shut down until it's ready to come back. So yeah, that will be going. Once this comes through, we're going to need to set up a portable interface that will connect through. And then we'll have to set up a system that will separate it out. So we'll have it to where, yeah, so we'll separate it out and then it will go, the rich soil will go to our storage. And then we'll need to add a little funnel that will go over and go up here to bring back into this. So I need a barrel. All right. There is so much in this system. Oh man. Okay. Let me get some super glue. Let's go ahead and start gluing this up. This won't be a part of it. We'll just do all down here. Connect that. We'll connect that one onto that, which will connect that all the way down here. And we'll do that. So this whole system is connected. This one will connect all the way down here. There we go. We need that. Up here we go. This will go all the way across. We're going to have to go up one. There is so much on this, but honestly, if it works, I will be happy. So that is good. We have that system set in. Compost will come in. Once it registers there's a certain amount, that will go through. I'm just doing this so I can verify whatever I need. That will go through. About 5 seconds later, that will place the mushrooms. 15, 20, that will go. And then, so yeah, this will go, break all the mushrooms and the rich soil. That will come out, separate itself to where it needs rich soil to go back to storage. And then we'll have a little piece here that will go back up here. So the main thing I need is to figure out how I can get this to go back up, to go back into there. All right, so that will be like that. And then we'll put this out. All right, so that will come out and then we'll need, the bad thing is this is going to be like in the other area because this is the exact copy. Right here, we have maybe 4 or 5 blocks, which means we're going to be going into the trees a little bit, but oh well. That will go like that, and then that will go like that. So this will be for mushrooms. So that will be just for those. We'll just add these ones just in case. I don't know what they'll do, but we'll do that. We'll have these here. Hello? You gonna let me break that one? And then this will be rich soil. And we'll just throw that. So when this comes through, actually, we're going to have to push this up one because we need to hit it before it can actually connect. Man, that sucks. That was a good little system. That was a good little system. I like it. So we do this. We go boom. We go boom. We go pow. We got boom. All right. Perf. Nope. Come on. All right. So that will go out. That will drop onto there. This will go here. We need a wrench. Do this. We'll add that in. That will connect. That will be rich soil. Okay. So this will unload everything before it fully disconnects itself. And then that will go through. And since we're going to have this one going this way and that one going up here, we are going to need a gearbox just so it can revert the signal on the other side. Right, so we'll have this go down and then we'll put that here. So that will go up. This will go out. Perfect. And then this is going to go all the way to an end, but it's going to be connected to the system. So basically saying it won't need to do anything. All right. That is all connected. So once that all goes, that's fine. Obviously, if nothing is here, it can't go through a funnel. That's how it is. If nothing is here connecting into this, it can't go anywhere. All right, so let me go through this again. Goes up, places out. Perfect. Mushrooms come through after 3 seconds. Perfect. After 15, 20 minutes, this will come through getting mushrooms and the rich soil. Once that comes back, it will get the mushrooms and the rich soil to go through. Mushrooms will go up here, separate onto this, which will go back into the system. I won't need mushrooms. I don't care. Rich soil will come here, which will then drop down to a conveyor belt that will go over to our storage. Okay, the hardest part, I would say, would be connecting all this to a system. That would be the hardest part. But I think it is ready enough. Obviously, once we put a threshold switch here, we're going to need to make it to where it detects a certain amount, which I don't know how far I want this to go. 5, maybe 10 blocks ahead because we have so many here. How do I do this? I gotta try and figure out how I can do all of this to make it to where it is good enough, I would say, just so it flows correctly. But again, everything's going to be underneath, so I got to try and figure it out. Actually, I could set up the system over here while that is there. Let me get the redstone link. Let me put that on this real quick. So put that there. Once that turns on, this will send a signal to everything else. You need a pulse extender, probably a repeater. No, it'll be an extender. Okay, so those two would be pretty close, and then in here we need a separate of 3. So we need it like that. Far right will be, yeah, far right is this system. This will place everything. So we need this. We'll have this extend for 3 just so it has time to go through. This will go through, that will place, cool. And this will go for 5 seconds. So it will do a pulse extend, and then we'll have another extend that will go 5 seconds. So about 5.5, 6 with this. That'll give it enough time. Actually, no, I just need this one to go a symbols. Let's do 5 just in case. This one is going to all of this. So yeah, this will be 5 seconds, giving enough power for that to one, break the first block, but also continue through. And then this will go through, this will connect onto this one. So when that system triggers and is full, that will send a signal over to here saying that, hey, I'm full. I can place blocks. So this will send a signal out. This will start this for 3 seconds to where it goes all the way through, comes back. The second one will send a signal saying, hey, mushrooms can go after 5 seconds. So basically a 2 second difference. And then it will send a signal over here saying, hey, wait 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever. And then you can fully go and connect, you can fully go, break everything, and then it will reset. But we also got to make it to where when that leaves, this will send a signal, that will stop the belt. All right, so yeah, that will go off of this one. Once this starts moving, I can't connect a signal off of that though. That's the bad thing. Yeah, it can't go right. Dang it. Man, that sucks. So yeah, once that registers, it's good to go. This will send a signal. I will start that one. I'll start that one. 15, 20, I'll start that one. All right. And then once that leaves, nothing really would be able to go in anyways, just because there's nothing to connect it to. So really, I don't need a clutch system to this at all. I really don't. And if this is full, it's actually going to stop itself in general. So really, that's fine. But here's the thing. I don't want it to where it gets full as it's going. So it's just going to constantly keep repeating and going constantly, because then that's going to mess up the signal over here. That's the worst thing about it. So if I make it to where, I gotta make it to where when this is full, which I don't even know how much we're gonna need. Now, if I do 5 out here, this is 100 that will take, because this entire row is 20. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. We'll have 100 rich soil just going, which will be kind of nice, I'll be honest. We really don't need this extending out so far. We really don't. Let me get 100 compost. All right, so 60 and 40, or 64 and 36. And then we get some obsidian, and we'll do that. And then we will get some. All right, there we go. So it'll only search for compost, where it has to be 64 and 36. That is here. How can I do? Why is it not going? So yeah, see, I can revert the signal. That will send everything over here. That will just start those. I could just revert those. No, because then that's going to mess it up. So yeah, it has to be at 5, which is a little bit behind it. We're going to see where this can hit before it dies out. Hold on, I just seen it. So what I'm looking for is that little red circle here to light up. Now, it did light up very quickly. Was in the 20s, should be about maybe here, 23. Okay, so it goes at 23. So let me just do this. It's in front of it. Okay, so yeah, 64 and 23 is where it will go. Okay, so if I put this, I put that, it lights up. It will stay going until all of it's gone. That I can't have. I need these to actually line up. Okay, that should be fun. This is going to be painful. Very painful. Alrighty. So obviously we don't have the minecart, so we're going to have to test this in the main world once we actually get it built. I would say it's pretty well good. It's fully functional. Hopefully fully functional. And then, yeah, we really don't even need that clutch system, so I really don't even need that. Yeah, we'll have to see how well this would actually work. That is something we will have to do. We'll have to bring it to the main world and then build it up. But that will be next episode. Because right now we are going to have to end today's video here. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you do want to see some extra content, I do have a second channel in the description. More variety, more games, more things like that, more random stuff. We also have Sorry Racing streaming on Twitch and Kick. We stream every single week except Saturday and Sunday. If you know what every week means, it means no Saturday and Sunday. Well, every week is Saturday and Sunday. We don't stream Saturday and Sunday, all right? You get it? Cool. Yeah, we stream every single weekday. I don't know what day. Monday through Friday, 10:30 in the morning to like 12, maybe 1, depending on how we're feeling. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.